Happy Friday. Yesterday was Thanksgiving, and next week is literally the first week of December, which is insane to me. But today we're going to be talking about a really important topic to me, which has really been my lesson for 2020 or from 2020, I guess, and it is letting go of control. And as a backstory, I am very type A. I have always been called a control freak. I like to have a plan. I like to have security. I like to know what to expect. So this year has been especially challenging for me because I love to have control over everything and I like to be prepared. And so I saw this quote this year, I think it was like back in June, and it really rocked my world. So I'm going to start by sharing this quote, and it's, you are afraid to surrender because you don't want to lose control, but you never had control in the first place. All you had was anxiety, which really rocked my world because I think sometimes my anxiety gives me, or my anxious thoughts gives me like a false perception of control and kind of disguises itself as control. Because if I'm thinking about it and I'm planning for it and I'm, having anxious thoughts about it, then therefore I have some sort of control on the outcome. But really that's not the case in a lot of things, especially this year. So I think it's important to start by saying that we have to understand that control and anxiety go hand in hand. And really feeling a sense of freedom is learning to let go of the control and be flexible and be adaptable and just surrender and release, which in learning about this topic, I'm like Googling okay, where is the handbook on how to let go of control? And so we're gonna walk through 5 tips that have helped me kind of surrender a little bit and just release and try to be flexible and adaptable and kind of more go with the flow. So here's our 5 tips. Tip number 1 is write down a fear list. So all of your fears, all of the things that you're scared about. My favorite way to do this is to create a little worry box, and you can get a tissue box and take all the tissue once you're done with all the tissues, or a shoe box or something, and write down all of your fears or all of your worries and put them in the box. And that's a safe space. You could fill it up and then put it in your closet, and it's all your worries are safe in a space and not residing in your head. So I love that activity. Tip number 2, really try to ground yourself to the present moment. A lot of my fear comes from fear and wanting control over future outcomes, which it just doesn't work for me. So it's been really helpful for me to ground myself to the now, to the present moment. And I do that in a couple different ways. One is just practicing mindfulness, going on walks without distractions, really paying attention to the scenery and the things around you, coloring, checking in with your senses. I love meditation. Last week we talked a lot about gratitude. I think gratitude is a real great way to ground you to what you are thankful for and blessed with in that moment. So that's a really great way to kind of ground and center yourself to the present moment and kind of get out of this future oriented space. Tip number 3, create structure and predictability in your day. So I used to be a play therapist, and one of the fundamental principles that you learn as a play therapist is that predictability equals safety and security. So if you don't have a sense of predictability or certainty in your life, then it's going to be hard for you to feel safe and secure. A lot of what we've experienced this year is totally out of our control and filled to the brim with uncertainty and unpredictability. I don't even know if that's a word, but we're making it a word today. And so create structure and predictability in your own day by coming up with a routine. Write out your day, use a planner, create some structure and predictability and routine in your day that you have control over, and that can kind of make you feel safe and secure in your day-to-day. Tip number 4, use affirmations. I use affirmations literally all day, throughout the day, every single day. I need them in my life. And this essentially is just speaking things over yourself I am safe, everything will be okay, I do not need to know what's going to happen next in order to feel secure. That one I really love. Your affirmations can totally be tailored to you and your needs and what you need to hear. But those are 3 kind of related to letting go of this aspect of control. And tip number 5, think of times that you've overcome challenges in the past. I love that. It's kind of this like idea of comparing yourself to another challenging time and really realizing that you have strength and the power to persevere and that you can do this. We can do this, guys. We are going into 2020 feeling strong, feeling positive, feeling encouraged. I believe in all of you. I love all of you. So hopefully these 5 tips can help you release a little bit of that control. They've been so monumental, and that's really been like my goal this year, is to just release and surrender and just go with the flow. And it's been really helpful for me. So I would love to hear y'all's feedback. If you guys try some of these out and you like them, let me know. We love you guys. Mwah.